Hi, brothers and sisters. Wow, I don't know where to start, but I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna share a dream. I'm gonna share some thoughts. The Lord's just been really speaking to me. First off, I want to thank everybody that helped me and my family with all your prayers and encouragement and love and financial support. It's just been such a blessing to our family, and I've just been thanking God just every day. I mean, I already thank Him every day, but we were able to get diapers and wipes and some supplies, and it's just been such a blessing to our family. And I have no shame in asking for help, because God told me in a dream that's His will. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what we do. We help one another, and I've helped a couple people already with your guys' help. So we're blessed, and we're so grateful from the bottoms of our hearts, and we just love you guys. And so praise the Lord for that. And, I don't know about emailing people back. I've tried that before from the PayPal emails, but I think a lot of PayPal emails are not the same as personal emails. I don't even know if I'm you know what I mean? I don't. So this is just the thank you to everybody in this video. Another thing I wanted to talk about is that God is warning people, okay? We see everything that is happening in the world right now with this virus. And, the things that the Lord has spoke to me in the past almost 4 years, a lot are, some are personal dreams, some are dreams for other people, some are audibles, and a lot of them are warning dreams. And it's not to provoke a spirit of fear about salvation, but it is to have people watching, bringing people to God. And I've kicked it around in my mind and remembered back the things that the Lord has audibly spoke to me. And I remember, because if the Lord works with you in this way, you cannot have fear. The Lord told me, "Thou shalt not be afraid." He's told my husband that. "Thou shalt not be afraid." Keep moving forward. Keep telling people what I show you, share it out of faith. And whatever it is, that's what I try to do. And he told me one time, he said, "Some people will come to me out of peace, and some people will run to me out of fear." And there is a place, like I have pregnant scatterbrain, okay, but there is a place in the Bible that talks about this. And we know that sometimes you gotta give it to him hard, and sometimes you tell it to him gently. But God is not wanting anybody to perish. No matter, God knows His creation. He knows every man's heart, and He knows exactly what it's going to take to get someone to Him, to cry out His name, to call upon Him. So we can't put God in a box. We can't just say, well, this is it's not going to be like that. No. Think of how many people have cried out to God and asked God into their lives, or to help them, or just called upon his name out of faith, out of trust. And yes, maybe a little bit of fear in there because they don't know God yet. But they're searching. And because of a hurricane or some natural disaster or something birthing pains have been happening for the past few years, real heavy. It's like one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. The Lord's saying, look at me, here I am, cry out to me. Last chance, God does whatever he wants. He is God. And he has put people in place to be watchmen. Now, I put a label on myself. I don't like labels. I don't like that. But a lot of us have been shown many things. I've had 3 dreams that have just come to pass or in the middle of coming to pass right now. These planetary alignments, signs in the sky, and the stars and the moon. And I had a dream. Sherry pointed out to me in 2017. I forgot all about it, but it was about Disney World, which they're shutting down, or they just shut down, and Chinese people invading Disney World. And it's the whole dream was so intricate. It was like, wow. And I believe that's happening right now. And it was in the dream I saw the Epcot Center. I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World, but I guess in the Epcot Center, if you look at back then in the video, because I was researching what I had dreamed, there are nations at Disney World. Little towns, I don't know what they are, but they all connect. And one's like Spain, Italy, Germany. They're different countries that connect around this water. And all these countries that I named in my video, in the past 2 days, they're quarantining. It's the coronavirus. And in that dream, too, there was also a symbolism for rapture. And so the Lord will wake people up. He shows his people things that are going to happen. Some come out of just peace. They just want to know God. They're drawn by the Holy Spirit. Some are drawn through something crazy in their life. Fear. It's a different fear. It's not a spirit of fear about losing your salvation. It's different. There's an urgency. And the Lord does these things to wake people up and say, I am God. Who's going to save you? I am. He is the great I am. So those have been some thoughts on my mind, that there's things that we share with people, we tell people we're in the last days. These things are happening. And I don't know, yesterday, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I was scrolling through, I saw an article that Trump is rescinding or taking back this deal with Israel and the Middle East, or the Palestinians. He's going back on it or something like that. And I don't know, you could put a bunch of reasons why he's doing that on it. My first thought was he's scared. He has rabbis writing to him, warning him, saying all this. I haven't, like, in depth been really looking for a long time because this about different information coming in, because this pregnancy is just like, I can't hardly watch anybody's videos. I can't focus. I'm so scatterbrained. I never know what I'm going to be thinking or feeling from one minute to the next. And I've had like 3 to 4 appointments a week, sometimes 2 in one day. So it's just been really hard to me. And now I'm starting to have contractions early. And so I haven't been really, I don't know, my mind's just focused on other things. I'm just trying to rest in Jesus, you guys. And stand upon the things that he's already spoken to me really early on. And so I'm going to share this dream with you. In the dream, I was at this church. Now, this guy named Roberts Liardon, I don't know. If I've ever come across his name in the past, it went through my eye gates and out the back of my brain, because I do not remember him. I don't know if I've ever heard of him. Maybe I have. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I never have. In the dream, I'm standing there in the church, and he's behind a podium. But it wasn't like on a stage. It was just like as you come in the church or go out the church, like in the back. And I was standing there with my husband. And he comes around from the podium, and he's standing there, and he's like greeting me or something, and I tell him the tribulation is about to begin, and the rapture is going to happen. Like, soon. Like, I'm trying to express to him that this is happening very soon. Like, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, well, thank you, come again type of thing, or, be on your way. And I said, no, you don't understand. These things are about to happen. And I said, me and others have had dreams and visions that have already come to pass, that have put us one step forward to the trib and the rapture. These things are about to happen. And I was like trying to smile at him, like, oh no, you don't understand. Like, we are there. And he was just like, oh, okay. And then I reached my hand out in front of me, over him, and I started praying over him in tongues. I was speaking in tongues as I was praying over him. And he had a wife. Now I don't know really anything about Roberts Liardon. All I know is that there's some weird stuff about him. I know he believes in the rapture. I don't know if he believes in eternal security. I know that he preaches faith type preacher type thing, stuff, like a message. He goes to a church called the Embassy or something. And he's rubbed elbows with other people, famous pastors that I believe are Illuminati. So, anyway, in the dream, he had a wife. I don't know if he has a wife. I've tried to look it up, but it's really weird how they kind of sidestep if he has one or not. I haven't been able to get an actual answer. But in the dream, his wife started speaking in tongues. And that's when I put my hand up and started speaking in tongues. And then they like walked away from me real fast, like, ooh. after I had told them these things are coming. Like, it's happening soon. We have been through dream fulfillment, dream fulfillment, dream fulfillment, dream fulfillment too. Like, there's a few steps left before this happens. And he wouldn't receive it. And the weirdest thing was, I woke up after this dream and I saw in my feed. Now, I've never seen or watched any of this man. In my feed, there was Roberts Liardon live stream. And I was like, what? This appears out of nowhere? Wow. Okay, let's go check it out. So I clicked on it. And I said, well, I happened to mention in there, I had a dream about this man last night. And this one lady said, I was telling him the rapture was about to happen. The tribulation was about to happen. And he wouldn't listen. And one lady said, well, he believes in the rapture, but there's a lot of things that we have to do first and this and that. And the gospel has to be preached in all the land. And I understand that, but I think we're past that. And I think that God is just warning people. God is warning people. He's saying these things are coming. And hopefully he believed at one time or believes now that we are saved by grace through faith alone and not of ourselves, not of our works. It's a free gift. Salvation is a free gift to those that believe in Jesus Christ. Hopefully he believes, I don't know. I haven't listened to his preachings or I barely listen to anyone's preachings or teachings. I don't have time for that. God has me on a different program right now, I guess you could say. But that was my dream. And we tell people what time it is. We tell people about Jesus. And we just get them to call out to Jesus. You have to believe it in your heart. When you believe it in your heart, you confess it with your mouth. And you have a change of mind. You either believe it, that Jesus died and rose again for all the sins of mankind. He shed his precious blood on the cross, or you don't. We're at that point. We're at that point in time where people have a choice. You either believe it or you don't. Like my husband at work. I can't really talk a lot about his work, but there was a man over there saying, no, you have to get with the Illuminati. God's not going to do nothing. So you see that people are either for God or against God. There's not really there's not too many people left in the world that haven't made up their mind. There's been so many just in the past 20 years, just in the past 10 years. Information like brainwashing out there between music and movies and universities, schooling, whatever, where they've made up their mind. They either believe in Jesus Christ or they believe in something else. But we're in the last days, you guys. And people are still just like in the days of Noah. They're eating and drinking and marrying and these things are coming upon the land, and there's so much stuff happening politically, and people just, they don't realize that that God is calling out to people. And I think there was something else I was going to try to talk about, but I have scatterbrain, so I've had a couple more dreams, but they're about specific people, so I won't, I don't know if I'll share that, but anyway, I love you guys, and once again, thank you for all your help, and just keep me in your prayers, because I think that, I don't know what's going to happen with me. I had contractions for a few hours, and then I fell asleep, and then they stopped. When I woke up, they had stopped, so. But things are coming down the home stretch, and we've been trying to do everything we can to get ready. And amid all this virus stuff, I just can't. It's like they want me to go to an appointment today, and I just can't. I can't go uptown like that. People are being quarantined, like not officially quarantined, but they're telling people not to leave their homes, not to do this, not to do that. And I just can't take that chance. So I'm staying home today and just resting. But I love you guys, and God bless you. And hopefully we fly soon. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get up out of here, because this world has nothing for me. But I love you guys, and God bless.